think you have a signature sound though?
I don't. But that's. I understand why someone might say that. Like someone who's only heard a few records that I've worked on, and those records have some commonalities in their structure and in their presentation. I can totally understand someone making that, taking that position. I've heard all 1,500 or so records that I've done, and I know how different they are, one to the next. And I also know how different a job I had to do, one to the next. So I can't have that position. I can't have that opinion because I know too much. I know too much of my own discography, right?
You've been immersed in it for so many years.
So when someone says that I have a signature sound, that sounds like nonsense to me. But if someone goes into his record collection and he's got, say, a Jesus Lizard record, a Nirvana record, and a PJ Harvey record, and those are the only records that I've done that they're familiar with at all, and I could perfectly understand why they would say, oh, he's got like a sound. I could perfectly understand that. I can't agree with it, but I can understand it. I do think that there is a standard production aesthetic at play in the world.
Everybody has a style.
Not for me specifically, because I consider the bands that I work with to be the producers of their records, but in the world at large.
I don't think you can get away from that. Like everybody is individual, right? So if you're going to work with someone, you're going to actually put something in it that's you, regardless if you think it's there.
Yes, although I think it's a mark of professionalism that you keep your tastes at bay when you're working for somebody else. Like, you don't want somebody exerting their own emotional energy on your record. You don't want your gynecologist getting turned on when you're in the stirrups, you know. You want that person to be professional. You want him to be doing his job.
Let you do your thing.
You know, and I think that's a perfectly apt parallel. I also think that in the world at large, there is a standard production paradigm now, and it's being dictated by a defensive position which has been enabled by Pro Tools and other such things. And I think that makes most records sound similar. And records that I work on are not going to fit that paradigm. So I could understand someone saying, this doesn't sound like all of these other records, therefore it is of a type, you know. And if that type is a sort of a general utilitarian perspective or naturalistic presentation, then I suppose you could say with some validity that is a sound, but I would debate it. I would debate that.